So I'm Ken Whitehead, and I am Scientific Lead and Research Manager for the Centre for Innovation Research in Unmanned Systems. CIRUS started in 2018, and it started when we got basically $2 million in funding from NSERC to set up a drone research application centre covering Western Canada. Drones have been a part of life at SAIT since about 2010, when the drone lab was originally founded by my colleagues Shahab Moeni and Wade Hawkins. That continued on for a number of years, but when we finally got government funding, we became the Centre for Innovation Research in Unmanned Systems. Our mandate is to partner with industries. We basically, with our industry partners, we try to find research challenges which allow them to integrate drones into or help them to integrate drones into the workflow. Companies like working with us because we can, more often than not, we can actually raise government funding to help to fund some of these initiatives. Most of our people that we employ actually have been through the Bachelor of Applied GIS program here at SAIT, because more important to us than flying skills are spatial skills. You can train people to fly relatively easily or relatively quickly. You can't train people to do GIS analysis in a week. It's something that requires a lot more experience.
My name is Sarah Shuri. I'm a GIS specialist and advanced drone pilot. I took the GIS course at SAIT, and the part of the program is taking practicums after the theory part. I came to the lab and introduced myself and then got the practicum. And I saw that they were working in the drone pilots, stuff things. For me, it was new because before coming to the lab, I thought that the drone and RPAS industry is only in military. And I found that the practicum part and the project part is very helpful because it's helped us to be in touch with the real scenario. My job as a drone pilot usually is in the summertime, and when the weather is good, we should go out and for the different projects and then get the data and come back to the lab when we're getting the data. When we are coming back to the lab, we start to analyze and then process data.
We've been involved over the last couple of years, for example, in doing thermal imaging of wildlife in and around mining environments. We've looked at using ground-penetrating radar, which is not normally thought of as something that you would put on drones. We've been involved in airborne methane sensing, for instance. We've worked on projects where we started off, for instance, looking at fugitive emissions from oil and gas. And through that project, we were actually working with NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, which was a very cool project, actually, and my director and I actually got to visit JPL in Los Angeles at one point through that project. But then that evolved. We started looking for methane leaks from municipal distribution networks using similar technology. So these are all applications of drones that perhaps people wouldn't think of at first blush. When we started getting into heavy lift helicopters, these tend to be European manufactured, and we realized that there's actually a huge barrier to entry for a lot of these manufacturers. Because they're so specialist, you need to send people over to Europe to be trained. Typical training course for, say, an Avia, for instance, our flagship platform, will cost somebody $30,000 to send one of their people over for training. You need to have two per organization in order to ensure that you have redundancy when you're flying. So that's straight away, that's a very significant cost for any potential adopter of this technology. Secondly, maintenance. If you have to ship your very large, very expensive Avia back to Switzerland every time you need to do routine maintenance, which could be twice a year, First of all, it's going to cost you thousands in shipping costs. It's going to cost a lot of money for the repairs themselves. And then there's also lost production. So this was kind of the realization that we came to. And then we thought, well, here at SAIT, we're uniquely positioned to become a North American training hub for working with these heavy lift platforms. Training and also certification, both of pilots, of mechanics. And by doing that, we are helping the manufacturers, the Swiss manufacturers, the overseas manufacturers, to get a toehold in North America to sort of help build out a market here. And we're also helping to boost the province here. We are potentially providing a worldwide training hub and sort of helping advance the technology. So that's the initiative that we're working on at the moment, and we're focusing very, very strongly on it this year. We are hoping to get the first classes going by summer of 2023. Our job is to be an enabler for industry, to help drive the industry forward. We are not in the business to compete with industry. So we see ourselves as being a focal point to help drive the industry as a whole forward.